Hello, I am your new favorite, JJ Caballero. Not joined by the lovely Goins, Casey Goins, and this is MonoStereoVideo, a podcast about movie music. I'm a songwriter, producer, DJ, while my partner, my usual co-host, Casey, is an amazing hairstylist, a salon owner, a fucking fashionista in her own right, and this is the perfect excuse for us. Well, we both love movies, and this is the perfect excuse to talk about music and movies together. She's not here today. I'm doing a solo dolo Monster of the Week episode. I'm calling this episode officially episode 49.5. I think I just heard my phone buzz or ring or ding-a-ling or something like that. Anyway, episode 49.5, because this would have been episode 50, because I don't usually differentiate the numbers of episodes between the Monster of the Week episodes that I do and stuff. I don't call these like half episodes. They're full episodes, and there's about 50. This one should be the 50th, quote unquote, but it's my podcast and I can do what I want with it. So we are at episode 49.5 because next week we're talking about The Shining. And I wanted The Shining to be episode 50. The stars aligned. This wasn't planned. We're in Wendy Carlos land, but it wasn't planned for this to land how it is here. I think the only thing that I did really try to get to and try to plan was the Hackers episode, was the 1 year anniversary episode of what we did. If you haven't checked it out, check out the Hackers episode. We talked about hackers. Yeah, if this is the first episode you're listening to, I don't know why you'd be starting here, but like it's gonna be short, so it's probably an easy introduction for you to get into it. But we are MonoStereoVideo. We talk about music and movies and music in movies, soundtracks, the sound design sometimes that'll come up, scores. We do that. That's what we talk about. And we've been around for about a little over a year already, and we've had some great discussions. Casey came on full-time co-host like a little less than halfway through, a little more than, I don't know. I got to see exactly what episode she was like full-on co-host for. I know that she was like, I had brought her on for the Romeo and Juliet episode early on because she's my love, and we're partners, and I felt like we needed to talk about that movie together because it's also one of our favorites and one of our favorite soundtracks together as a couple. So yeah, that's she jumped on. This is what we do. This is who we are. You can hear her on the previous episode. So go back and check this out. We are currently in the middle of the Wendy Carlos era of MonoStereoVideo. Got 2 more soundtracks to go in the Wendy Carlos era. We got The Shining, and we got Tron coming up. Tron, the original Tron, 1983, I believe. If you haven't seen either of those films, I don't know where you've been, but go for it. Go check them out. Honestly, I think The Shining, you're going to have to rent it from somewhere if you don't already own it, because I don't think it's up on any of the streamings right now. Tron is up on the Disney Plus. If you need to rent that, I suggest you rent both of those, have a great retro night, get some popcorn going. If you're smoking a doobie, smoke a little doobie. I mean, if you drink too, get some drinks, get some wine. Do it at home. Don't fucking drink and drive. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. It's very expensive if you get caught. I know firsthand. I fucking know firsthand. Don't drink and drive. And there's no reason to, in all honesty. There's friends, there's family. I know that there is controversy with Uber and Lyft, and it's the convenience of it. So, I mean, yes, the moral whatever, we might have against companies like Uber and Lyft, whatever, that is what it is. I don't know if you know how to use taxis in your city, but if that's an easier thing for you to do in your city, and maybe try to do that. That money goes kind of like directly to the citizens in your city. But anyway, morality aside, if you need to fucking take an Uber or a Lyft because you're too wasted, do that. Please do that. MonoStereoVideo, big advocates of just staying safe and having fun. Yeah, fucking party your ass off. Like, do whatever drugs you want to do. Just don't, whatever drugs, whatever booze you want to do, any of that. I don't care. Like, that's your choice. We've done it. We've experienced stuff. As long as you're not out there fucking with people, as long as you're, within the safety of whatever bubble you want to put around yourself, even if you're out like at a show and stuff, like I said, don't fuck with people. Stick with the people and meet people, be nice. If you're too fucked up, just chill, take a breather. Maybe if you need to go to the restroom, splash some water, maybe do that. Or if you need a yak or something, do that, whatever. But don't drink and drive. None of all that. Like, don't drink and drive, because that's not, that sucks. All right. That's the little PSA from MonoStereoVideo here. I don't know why I went in on that. I don't even know how I went. Wendy Carlos, we're on Wendy Carlos, Tron, have a night. It's Wendy Carlos music is flowing throughout this stuff. But I do want to say, so next week, episode 50. The Shining. Okay, getting back on track. The Shining is one of my favorite films ever. And it was, I want to say it's the first horror film that I considered myself, like, to be one of my favorite films. And then, I actually watched it later on in life. I watched it in my 20s. The same thing with The Exorcist. The Exorcist, I actually saw, El Paso does have a classic film festival at the Plaza Theater downtown. Plaza Theater, beautiful historic theater, has been restored over, and it's one of the only buildings in El Paso that is truly, like, it's restored. It's really taken care of. Like, people do their due diligence to make sure that the plaza stays the way and is preserved. But they have an amazing classic film festival every year, where it's classic films. It used to be, I'm going to say this, it's once it started off, it was a little bit better because they had, I don't know, they put more of an effort into actually obtaining or renting out or leasing out, renting out, what have you, actual like film copies of classic films. So the first time I ever saw The Exorcist was in 35 millimeter, and it was beautiful. It was amazing. The picture was it was the best experience I'd ever had watching The Exorcist. And in all honesty, best experience. And so I don't know. Maybe one day we'll do that. I think maybe we'll do the score. I gotta look into William Friedkin movies and see if that has like a through line, if they have good scores or whatnot. We should check that out. But yeah, The Shining is it's such a monumental movie for a lot of people, and it's been discussed over and over and over and over again. But I don't know about the details of the soundtrack. Like, I gotta look. I haven't had the time to do all the research that I want to do for the Shining episode, which is why I'm postponing it. We just got back from LA. Prior to that, we recorded a couple episodes so that we had them like stacked up, but that we didn't get to The Shining. Just Clockwork Orange already had a lot of research to do. This one, I do want to do my due diligence for the soundtrack because it's it's a thing. There's a whole thing about it. And I believe there is, I have to double check because what I've been listening to is like, it's a collection of songs an actual collection of the music that Wendy made for the movie. What was actually released, there was different stuff, and it's more orchestral and things, and not everything was put out. And Wendy Carlos made a shitload of music for it, and it's been compiled into this thing. So I think maybe after this episode, what I'll do is I'll include the link to that thing in the bio, because that is on YouTube. It's also, all things aside too, I know we've been running into weirdness with early, with the Wendy Carlos full Clockwork Orange soundtrack. I wasn't able to post that link on the show notes last time. I just don't want to. I want to keep it up there, and I don't want it to be taken down because it I want to buy it. Yes. Wendy, if you hear us out there, like, I really don't want you to take those down from those people that put it up. They're not, I don't think those dudes are monetizing it. I don't think those dudes are making any money off of it. There's not enough plays for those dudes to be making any sort of money off of SoundCloud on this. They're fans and they want that stuff to be up there. So, that's what I say to that. So yeah, just to not run the risk of having that happen to these dudes. Not including that in the show links so that there's not like a huge platform. Not saying that we're the hugest platform, but whatever platform we do have, just want to make things cool. Anyway, I'll include in the show notes the link to that soundtrack for The Shining. I'll talk about the details on where all the music came from and stuff on that episode because that's an interesting story in itself. So yeah, it's too big a film to rush. So next week, you're getting episode 50 on The Shining. It's going to be great. Then the Tron soundtrack is fucking awesome too. That one's more widely available. I think because Disney owns the rights to that. And they're just, they're everywhere. So that's that. Like I mentioned though, we did come back from Los Angeles. We were in Los Angeles for the 10th of May to the 19th of May. And we did so much. We did so much stuff. We said we are going to try to chill out and like we bought groceries and stuff this time to try to eat. And that we made some meals. It cut down on some stuff. I didn't have to buy as much coffee, which did save us on stuff, but we still spent and we still fucking hung out. We partied our asses off. We went to a lot of shows. We hung out with friends. Yeah, like there was some days, we did chill some days. There were some days when it was like a more chill hangout time. We did a lot of karaoke. I'm going to talk to Casey about it and just, ask her favorite parts about it on the Shining episode. We're probably going to catch up on that a little bit. But we went out there initially for the 11th. There was Cruel World Fest. We usually go every year. We've been going since its inception. And this year was awesome. It was possibly the best year that we've had, the best time that we've had at Cruel World. I'll let Casey explain, but we got to see Placebo, we got to see Interpol, we got to see who else did we get to see? Oh, I have the lineup right here. Let me recap. We got to see Duran Duran, Dream Car. We got to see fucking Ministry play songs from Twitch and fucking With Sympathy. Wild. That's wild. We missed Soft Cell, we missed Blondie, Simple Minds, Adamant. We saw Trust, the fucking Faint. We saw the Faint. That was fucking sick. Model Actress was amazing. Model Actress was the shit. Listen to Model Actress. Model-ACTRIZ. Model Actress. Fucking good. Such a good band. Such a good fucking performance. Such good music. We had a great time at Cruel World Fest. The following weekend, we went to Just Like Heaven Fest. We saw the Postal Service and Death Cab for Cutie and Phoenix and Mike Snow and Two Door Cinema Club's a Casey thing. Tegan and Sarah. We saw fucking CSS and Warpaint. Oh my God. They were amazing. Casey and I will talk about it. Saw Shannon Sossaman off to the side watching Warpaint play. I have a picture of that. It was awesome. That was such good days out there. It was such a good time. We always have such an amazing time in Los Angeles. It's a beautiful, okay. It's a beautiful fucking city. It's beautiful weather. There's green everywhere. I know if you're out there and you're listening from Los Angeles, you might have your own personal gripes with it, and you might it's the smog. The pollution in the air. Yeah, that's shit. Yes, there's houseless encampments and such, but it's like that shit's everywhere in the US. Like it's not those people's fault, or it's not a fucking drag on what I think about it. It's more me like looking at the fucking something needs to happen about the housing situation in the United States, and we need to talk about it and we need to push for it. But there's so much. There's so much going on in that city. I love it there. We always have a great time, and it's always pretty hard for us to come back. So I don't know. We were looking at there's stuff out there. That we're, things are in the works is I guess what I'm hinting at. I don't know. We'll see what's up. You'll see what's up as we move forward with this podcast and in life and stuff. But we had a great. Oh, we saw Idols. Oh, my friend Jim, he played. Sparta played on that Sunday. We had a good time there. That was a cool but odd show because we were sitting down. It was like in a theater. It was in Braindead Studios, which I've been looking forward to going to forever and watching films there. So that was cool. Yeah, Idols was awesome. Casey and me will talk about Idols next week. I'm sure in the episode we're gonna fucking bring that up. But we also went to Amoeba for the first time. That was really fun. Let's see, what else did we... I mean, we did so much. I mean, love you, Eddie and Luan. We had a great time. Like, we always see people we love out there too. Jorda, shout out to Jorda. Casey got a fucking tattoo out there with Jordan. I bitched out. But I was like, yeah, I'll get a tattoo for my birthday here. My birthday's coming up, so I'll get a tattoo for my birthday. Yeah, that was a good time. It was rad. It was rad. We're back in El Paso now. That's where I'm recording from, Casa Caballero. Back in the trenches, bruh. Back in the trenches. Yeah, I've been on day job for the past few days. It's a longer week since I was out of town. They fucking stuck me with the Saturday, so I got a 6-day week at the day job. That's been what it's been, guys. That's, a day job is a day job. That is what it is. I encourage all of you who have day jobs out there to still pursue what you're doing. That's what I do. Day job doesn't stop me from talking to you all. Doesn't stop me from making music. Doesn't stop me from seeking out music to DJ and making music to DJ and trying to advance myself in that life, because that's what I do and I love doing that stuff. So I encourage you guys. Don't let your day job get in your way. It's not worth it. I mean, don't like, if you can't quit, don't fucking quit. Like, if you're not making money with the other things, like, you still need I hate it now. It's fucking, okay. If you're listening to me for the first time, devout, super lefty here. We're very left wing on this podcast. I don't know what I am. I don't know if I'm I don't know if I'm a social I'm more socialist just in general, not much of a, I don't know about social democracy. There's some hangups on there. I'm kind of anti-capitalist. I'm anti-capitalist. I'm very I understand that we are in a capitalist society, so, I pay my taxes like I have to. I maintain a fucking day job, because there needs to be something coming in. But don't let that, stop you from doing the other things. I know you might be tired after getting off of work, but give yourself an hour nap, get bed up, and, do the thing that you love to do. And you don't have to go fucking hard at it either. It's taken me years to make this EP that I'm about to release and stuff. Years, because I've been doing it, kind of schadenfreude here and there, and I did release songs in between and stuff, but this project has kind of been stewing for a while, and that's okay. Then that can be what you do. It can take a long time to draw a picture or paint a painting. It can, and you don't need to be pushing content. None of us need to be pushing content. I guess this is content that I'm pushing. But it doesn't really feel like it sometimes, I guess, but you don't have to. You can just do the thing that you want to do, and you can take as long as you want to take doing it, and you can do bits and pieces here and there, but just do it. We need more creativity in the world. We need the world we need the culture. That's what we need here. Yeah. So, you're getting all these PSAs today on episode 49.5. I didn't really have much to talk about as far as soundtracks go. I do want to say that there's been a lot of noise, a lot of news coming out of Disney, out of the Tron Ares, the Tron sequel, Tron Ares. I think there's already a logo out there for it with the 3 in the Ares. I don't know if I saw something like that. It looked pretty cool. Jeff Bridges is returning to Tron Ares. I don't know. My prediction is that Jeff Bridges will end up being an artificial intelligence. He will end up being like a god character in the grid, or as like the grid has spread. Maybe it's like somewhat in the future where the technology and the stuff found through the people like Korra, what are they called? I forgot what they were called, but through them, the beings that came to be within the grid, maybe we're in that world, maybe we're in that future where things are a little bit more seamless and people can go in and out. And I feel like Jeff Bridges, I don't know if he's gonna I don't think he'll be back to life or be revived, but I think he'll be like a ubiquitous presence, much like maybe like the Force Obi-Wan, or the Force, Yoda, or something like that. I think that's what he's gonna be. That's my prediction. I don't know. I'm not a Disney executive or a fucking producer on this movie. Just my prediction. I also predict I don't know if it's gonna be Daft Punk. I predict. Who do I predict is gonna do? Because they had Wendy Carlos, okay? They had Daft Punk. I mean, it's got to be somebody. It's got to be somebody in the If it's okay, I would love Justice. I would love Daniel Lopatin, 10 Point Never. I would love him to do something for Tron. Ares. Let's see. Jared Leto is gonna be in it. I hope so. Oh man. I hope it's not like a. I hope it's not a multi-band soundtrack. I hope it's not a soundtrack. I do hope it's a score album. Continuing with the tradition of the series, But we'll see. Let's see about it. There hasn't been any grumblings about what the soundtrack is yet. Just Jeff Bridges is gonna be in it. There's small stills. I don't even think it's there's a Jeff Bridges still. I don't think that. You know what? I think these stills are from are Rinsler from part 2. Huh. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Tron Ares. And let's see, what else have we been listening to? Got a few records while we were out there. The Earth Boys, listened to the Earth Boys, listened to the Juan McLean. Casey got a fucking Placebo record. We got some Little Richard. That Little Richard documentary, I don't know if we recommended it already, but we recommend it. You should check it out. Let's see. What else? I think that's all. I think that's all for today. It's been a short episode, 49.5. Remember, next week, we are talking The Shining. Look in the show notes. As well, I need to update you. We haven't created the Patreon yet, but I think it's come down to we're going to do a donation tier, and we're going to do a special tier with extra content, but I'm going to split the difference, and every so often on the main feed, I will release, episodes of that special content so that we can all enjoy. Not everything, because there has to be some financial incentive, I understand, and I understand you guys on that. And as well, I do reserve the right to discontinue that and stop that tier and just do the donation tiers, and then just release that content as we would on the main feed. So I reserve the right to do that. We're going to try this first thing first, see how it goes, see how you guys like it, see if anybody's not into it, reassess, and we'll probably keep going, might add another tier, might remove a tier. We'll see how it goes. But that's the plan, and you will be alerted when that's up. Also, just real quick, just shout out, I was scrolling yesterday through the stats, international listeners, thank you, everybody. We finally had listeners in Mexico. Thank you. Love you. You're our people. All of you are our people. It's because Mexico is my neighbor. It's right here. We're of Mexican descent. Casey's half black, half Mexican. I'm Mexican. You know what I mean? We're American, Mexican, whatever. But it was just nice to see. Oh shit, hell yeah! And I've been wanting an audience from Mexico, and That's cool. Like, it's cool to see every Nigeria. There's somebody out there. Iran, Dubai, Ireland. Let's see. I believe Finland. Thank you. Australia. Thank you. I want to see. Let me see. I think our second. I don't know where our second most is, but first most, of course, is the United States. Thank you guys. Also, like, thank you. Thank you for listening. I don't know why you do it. I don't know how you found us. I don't know if you can use any of the fucking information I talk about on here. Like, I don't know if any of it's valid. I don't know if there's things that I haven't corrected myself on yet. I know there was corrections I needed to make from the last episode. I've totally fucking forgot them right now. Totally forgot them. Totally forgot about. I could have used this time to talk about my corrections. Whatever, I'll use it next episode. That's fine. I'm totally down to correct myself as I need to. But anyway, thank you guys very much. You can find us at MonoStereoVideo on Instagram. You can find the link to my Letterboxd in the description of the show, www.jjcaballero.com, at deepcuts_EP, at Casey is Harry. I'm more on Instagram though, so that's you could follow Casey. You could find her and stuff, but it's more me at _JJCABALLERO. But as well, we also both convey what's going on MonoStereoVideo. So yeah, that's what that is there. I got a show coming up on June 6th. If you're listening to this early enough, June 6th at Vincent and Mellows on the east side of El Paso with my friends Germ the Worm, with my friend Ross Ingram. We're having a solo night, and we're all solo acts. I don't know how many. I don't know how each of us is gonna work. I don't know if Germ's just gonna do an acoustic set. I don't know how extensive his setup's gonna be. My setup it's gonna be my new setup for a while, and it's a combination of things. But if you're out here in El Paso, hit us up. June 6th, doors are at 8, show's at 9. Maybe I should make it an earlier show. I don't know. But go. It's a Thursday evening, I know. But let's have a good time. Let's have a good time out there. Thank you guys. Thank you very much for listening, and we will listen to you later.